Hello, I'm here to do a brief video to show you how to project a 3D isometric shape into an orthographic projection. I have my isometric graph paper over here with my isometric shape. I'm going to be projecting it onto my graph paper on my right. This is just graph paper at 1 centimeter grids. And for this shape, it's a very simple L shape. This side can be considered the left side, and on this side we can call it the right side. So I just have it labeled there. I'm going to be zooming in and out of this video so that you can get a closer look of what I'm doing. So an orthographic projection consists of 3 views right on the back. So there is let me zoom in so you can see. So number 1, there's a top view. Number 2, there is a front view. And number 3, a side view. So I guess your side could be left or right. And so this orthographic projection will help describe this 3D shape in a 2D form. So let's start with, so since our first one is going to be top, let's start looking at the shape. Let's start looking at our 3D shape. So over here, we want the top section. We're gonna take the left side. So when we take the left side, say this is us, and we're gonna look with our eyes at the left side. So this section, this L section, is gonna be our front. Our top is gonna be this section, and our side view is going to be this side. So let's start with doing the top view. So let me zoom out. Let me see, where can I do it so that you could see? Okay, overlap this maybe. Okay, so you will need a pencil. I have a lead pencil. I recommend using a lead pencil because it's more precise and you can get your lines correctly, and you need a ruler for straight lines. So let's start with the top view. So I have a little cutout to make it easier. So if we're looking at the top view, we're only going to see this and this. So let me put this in. So you could tell that if you were looking from the top, a bird's eye view, and you're looking down, you'll only see this portion and this portion. You can't see this height because it's vertical, and same with this one. So let's draw it out. I'm using grid paper so that it's easy to count the grids instead of using measurements. Okay, so remember we are looking over here. So this will be kind of like our bottom, and this will be our top. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 3 grids. Count, use a ruler, 1, 2, 3. Draw 3. Okay. Then we know that this grid is 1 grid to the right, so we're gonna go 1 grid to the right. This is the bottom section corresponding to here, and now we're gonna go to the top. We're to draw this one grid to the right corresponding to this. So, like I said, if we put this back in, looking at the top bird's eye view, we're not going to see anything else but these 3 and these 6 grids. So right beside these 3 grids, we have the 6 grids. So let's draw this out. I'm going to leave this here. Okay. So let's draw out the 6 grids. It's 2 grids to the right. We're going to continue this line. 2 grids to the right. Okay, and same over here. We'll continue 2 grids to the right. Okay, so we got 2 grids to the right. Now let's draw the vertical line for vertical on the projection, but the right side on the isometric. So it's 3 grids up. Okay. I'm gonna draw the 3 grids up. 1, 2, 3. 3. So now we have the full top view, but we're missing a line here because we have to show that there's a difference in heights from here to here. If I just left it as this, it would mean that the projection would be up here. So in order to show that there's a difference in height, we're going to draw a line right here to represent this line and this line. It represents these two to show that there's a difference in height. So now we're going to label it top. So we know that that's the top. And let's move on to our front. Where's my front cover? So the front cover, if we're looking with our eyes going there, we're only going to see this portion. So I got my little cover here. So we're only going to see that. We're only going to see that. So let's give us some space below our top. Make sure you can see this. Yeah, there we go. Let's give some space. I'm going to give like 2 boxes. So I'm going to draw a projection line, a dotted projection line, showing that there's a connection between the top drawing and the front drawing. You'll see what I mean as we progress. So let's see, we have a horizontal line of 1 grid. So let's draw that 1 grid. Sometimes you have to have a couple left and right strokes in order to get the solid, thick, bold line in. So next thing, connecting this line is a vertical down. So how many grids this is? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 grids down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. On the right side of this, okay, of this line, we have how many grids down? 1, 2, 3. So let's draw 3. 3 grids. Oops, a little bit off. Let me fix this. So make it a little bit bolder. And then on the bottom section, we are 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go 3. Okay. And then we have 1 up and 2 across. So let's go 1 up, 2 across. Okay, so let me pull down this projection line. So this projection line helps you relate the two different views together. So you could see that the relationship between the top and the front view is that they end, the width of this thing, of this shape is the same. So it's 3 boxes, 3 boxes. So the projection line helps you project to the other shape. And if I drew this all the way out here and I project it down, you would know that, oh, I did it wrong because it's not projecting correctly. And you could also draw another projection line here, and you could tell it's right because look, there's a difference in height here. So this line corresponds to this right here. So this is the front view, this is top view. And now we're going to move on to the side view. In our case, we're going to do, since we're looking here, we're going to do the right side view. So if I put my little cover here, let me see, can you see that? Okay, it's not the greatest creation I made, but you'll see that in this side view, you'll see this portion, oops, and this portion. This thing's sticky, sticks to my fingers. There you go. Okay, so over here to our graph paper, I'm going to give 2 grid spaces space, and I'm going to start at this bottom portion. So 3 grids to the right, 1 grid up. Let's do that. Three grids to the right. Okay, what's the next thing? 3 grids up. And then 3 grids to the left. 3 grids to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So do we need to write any more lines? Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3 uninterrupted. 1, 2, 3 uninterrupted. Then we have 9 boxes, and we have 9 boxes uninterrupted. So it looks pretty good. So let's remove this. Double check our work. Let's throw in these projection lines to also help us double check our work. So the projection line for the top, let's label this side. So for this side view, let's project this one. So the side view and the top view is in a relationship. So let me show you what I mean. Okay. So since top view and the side view aren't directly beside each other, the top is on top of the front and the side is beside the front, but the top and the side, they aren't really doing that. So the way you project it is you make a little L section and you throw a diagonal line between the square that it creates. And I drew a solid line because this top will mirror the side view. This example doesn't really show the use of this diagonal line because of the features of the isometric drawing. But say, for example, I had a line here. You can project that line all the way, hitting this line, and then you would project that line all the way down to show that it also shows up in the side view. If you'd like to see an example of that, please let me know in the comments below. I will try to do one. This is just a very brief example showing the top, front, and side view. So this is the orthographic projection of the 3D isometric shape. Let me make this a bit more bolder so you could see, because the lines are quite thin. I think that's a bit better. Let me go this side. So this is basically, I'm making this look better so that if you want to take a screenshot of this, this is your answer. Okay, looks pretty good. So by bolding these, you also indicate to, I guess, whoever's marking your work that this is the shape and not a projection line. Well, even though one is solid and one is dotted, it just helps you make the projection pop out of the page. Yeah, so this is the projection. This is 2D orthographic that's a long word, projection. So this is a 2D orthographic projection of this 3D shape. So this is it for me. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I'll try to answer it. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. If you have any shapes that you want me to do, let me know, and see you next time.